Hello everyone, welcome to the most awaited video of the Google Cloud Arcade Facilitator Program 2026. First of all, congratulations if you are watching this video. You have already taken the initial steps toward your cloud journey, am I right? Now, before we begin, let me make you one promise, alright? If you watch this onboarding session till the very end, you probably won't need to ask 90% of your questions that people ask me every day in our WhatsApp channels and WhatsApp groups, because in this video I'm going to explain everything in a very simple manner, in a very simple language. What exactly is arcade and arcade facilitator programs, how are they different from each other, how do you earn the arcade points, how do you achieve the legend swag tiers which everyone wants, what mistakes should you avoid, and most importantly, how can you make the best use of these 2 months. So my suggestion is to grab a cup of chai or coffee or water and sit back and watch this video till the end, because trust me, this video, isn't just another video, it's a onboarding session. This is your complete roadmap for the next 2 months, and I'll explain everything in the simplest possible language, each and every step in detail, as if I'm sitting right beside you. So without wasting any more time, let's go. Okay. So before we move forward, let me quickly introduce the people who will be guiding you throughout this journey. And my name is Vedant Domadiya, and I'll be your facilitator for this entire program. I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and I'm passionate about cloud computing and DevOps. I'm a Google Cloud Professional Cloud Architect, which is a Google's professional level cloud certification. And also, over the past few years, I have earned multiple certifications from Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Kubernetes. First, but honestly, the reason I'm here today is not because of my certification. It's because I have been a facilitator for last 3 cohorts, and I have helped thousands of participants successfully complete the program. Many students from our previous batches already achieved the legend swag tiers, and they have earned the official Google Cloud merchandise, and most importantly, they have started their own cloud journey with the confidence. And this year, I genuinely hope many of you become the part of that list too. Now, let me introduce to my co-facilitator, Rushabh Sindhav. Rushabh is a great human being. He recently completed a project contract with Google. He is currently a community manager at AI Camp and also volunteers with the United Nations. Throughout this program, both of us will be helping you whenever you get stuck, whether it is registration or it's about skill badges, it's about arcade games, if it's about daily reports or even the smallest doubt, we are just the one message away. So don't hesitate to ask your question, but in the discussions group only. And that's exactly why we are here. All right, moving forward, here's what we'll be covering today. So before we jumping into the program, let me quickly show you your today's roadmap. By the end of this session, you'll clearly understand what exactly are we going to do, how the Google Cloud Arcade program actually works, what's the difference between Arcade and Arcade Facilitator program, how Arcade points are calculated, the different types of badges you'll earn, the Facilitator Milestones and the bonus points, the best strategy to complete your labs without wasting any credits, and finally, how can you maximize your chance of reaching the legend swag tier. Now, isn't that sounds exciting? Awesome. Let's get started. Okay, so whenever someone joins the program for the first time, one question always comes up: where should I start? Or, okay, Vedant, I did this part, and what's next? So instead of asking you to search through hundreds of messages in our WhatsApp group, I created this complete roadmap. Think of it as a GPS for the next 2 months. Don't worry if everything doesn't make sense right now, but by the end of the video and by the end of this onboarding session, this roadmap will be crystal clear to you. And also, every slide, every important link, and every PDF that I'm going to show you and that I will share you in the announcement channel will be shared in our arcade handbook. And also, whatever I share you in this video will be in our video description. So you don't have to remember anything and everything while watching. Just relax and focus on understanding the overall journey. So I just created this Miro board which will help you to visualize more better. Well, let me open this. Okay, so finally the website has been loaded, and this is the dashboard that I have created to visualize the entire arcade facilitator and arcade journey, starting from the very beginning to the very end where you will redeem your swags. Okay, now this is the part that you have already done. You have either created a new cloud skill boost account or you have used existing cloud skills account. Now do note that in the earlier arcade facilitator cohorts or in general arcade cohorts, we use the term cloud skill boost account because the domain was cloud skill boost, right? But now Google has changed it to the new domain, which is cloud skills, and hence you'll find links where everything is now moved to the Google Cloud Skills. So even if you find any skill badge which has a URL of Google Cloud Skill Boost written on it, it will redirect you to the new domain. It doesn't matter at all. But remember that whenever in this video, if I'm talking about Cloud Skill Boost by mistake, it is just practice that I used to follow. But again, you should assume it as a cloud skills. All right. So this is a typing mistake from my end, but you have to make sure that it is cloud skills account. Okay, so you have either created a new cloud skills account or you have used an existing cloud skills account. Now you have done all this part again, but you need to make sure that your account has no skill badges, and I hope that you have followed. I have shared this in the video where I've showed you how to fill out the registration form. Now this is something new in this particular arcade cohort. In this particular program is to create a new Google developer profile and earn 2 new badges. Now if you have gone through the Arcade Facilitator website, again I'll share you the link and I'll walk through how to do that. But if you have gone through the Arcade Facilitator website, it has mentioned that you must collect 2 new badges in the Google developer profile. Now I have the daily report of all of the users that are enrolled under me, and I can see only majority of people have only earned one particular badge, that is Gemini Enterprise Ready badge, gear badge. But you should also earn the arcade gear badge. Now that badge I have already created a video, and what I'll do is I'll paste that video link here. I'll paste that video link here. Yeah. And also I'll be updating in the group in the announcement channels and everything. So make sure to follow our WhatsApp channels, and yeah, I'll share you, I'll guide you how to claim both of these both of these new Google developer profile badges. All right, and yeah, you can earn them in this particular 2 month, but it is mandatory to earn that before the program ends, that is 14th of September. All right, so moving forward, yeah, so this is the Arcade Facilitator program. We are currently in the Arcade Facilitator program. If you don't know, many of you are still confused that whether we should call it an arcade program or arcade facilitator program. Don't worry, I'll make you understand that what is the reason why there is a arcade facilitator in the first place, and which program we are currently enrolled in. So we are currently enrolled in the Arcade Facilitator program. I am the facilitator, and I am guiding you to the arcade journey. That is why the name of the program is Arcade Facilitator, and the overall program that we are doing is the arcade program. Since I am guiding you to the arcade program, this is a special 2 months which is called Arcade Facilitator program. Now the Arcade Facilitator program, the duration of the Arcade Facilitator program is from 13th of July to 14th of September. Alright, so after 14th of September, the normal arcade program will continue, but the Arcade Facilitator program will end. So officially, I won't be able to have your all of your progress, and officially, I won't be able to guide you. But hey, we always guide anyone from, even if they are enrolled from another facilitator code, we still guide each and everyone who are present on our WhatsApp group. So rest assured, you will get all the updates even after the arcade facilitator. All right. So in this particular arcade facilitator, you have already done this part, that is filling up the registration forms. I hope that you have only used this particular facilitator cohort code. All right, now you have also got the confirmation mail from the Google Cloud Arcade, and yeah, you have also redeemed the 9 plus 750 credits. If you haven't, this is the YouTube video. Again, this video link is also available on our Arcade handbook and in our WhatsApp group as well. Now, after this, what you need to do? Like most of the many people are still, but before going to that, many people are still facing this issue. I hope that by watching this video, you will definitely gain these credits. Now, after claiming the credit, what should we do, Vedant? So my simple answer is to start collecting arcade points, because that is how that you will be redeeming the swags, right? So you need to collect arcade points. Now, okay. So how do we collect arcade points? Now, to collect arcade points, there are some badges that are involved in the program. They are known as arcade game badges and skill badges. So there are two types of badges, right? Earlier it used to be four types of badges, but in this particular cohort there are only two types of badges. Again, I will explain it in more detail, but yeah, you should complete the arcade games badges within 4 days. Like there are only six arcade game badges, and each consisting of 8 labs, and there is a lab limit of 15, and after every 2 hours you'll get a one lab limit. So you can easily complete the arcade games within 4 days, and immediately after the arcade game badges you need to earn skill badges. Clear? So arcade game badges as soon as you can, and then completely focus on skill badges. So skill badge is very like is something that is very important in your whole arcade journey. And yeah, as I said, most of the arcade points will be contributed by skill badges. So make sure you complete the arcade game badges as soon as you can. All right, then there's another section called bonus milestone. Now I'll explain what is that, and for that you also need to earn four special types of skill badges, and then you have to create a AI agent that will be explained by me in the upcoming videos or upcoming announcements in our WhatsApp group. So don't worry, I'll explain that in detail. But the completion priority should be like this: arcade game badges, skill badges, and then move forward to bonus milestone. But all of this is super mandatory, you have to do it. All right, so you have to start collecting arcade points. Now after collecting arcade points, you will automatically achieve the arcade facilitator milestone. Now again, there's a requirement that you must do to achieve the facilitator milestone. But do remember that whatever I suggest you, if you do that, you will automatically achieve the ultimate facilitator milestone plus the bonus milestone. Milestone is something that is new, and it is introduced in this particular cohort only, and we'll discuss about that uh, in a few minutes. But yeah, in short, that within 14th of September, you should be able to complete the ultimate facilitator milestone, which is completion of 8 8 or 12 arcade games and 66 skill badges, and also the bonus milestone, which has to create which you have to create an AI agent along with 4 skill badges. But my recommendation is to complete even more skill badges. So after the arcade facilitator have ended, you have already collected majority of the arcade points, right? Now what you have to do? Now all you have to do is to fulfill the rest of the requirements that is required to achieve the swag milestone, or I would say swag tiers. And then when you achieve the swag tiers, you will have to redeem those swags at the arcade price counter. Now arcade price counter will open in the first few weeks of January, that is after the arcade facilitator ends. I mean after the arcade program ends. So arcade program in this particular cohort is has begun from January to the December. Now most of the people have questions regarding that, hey Vedant, I have I have done many arcade games in past before the Arcade Facilitator. And in this particular 2026 cohort, I have done, let's say, 8 arcade games before Arcade Facilitator. Arcade games, I'm not talking about the skill badges. And then I have done really great. I have done Ultimate Facilitator Milestone and I have earned 90 plus points in this 2 months. Now the question is, Vedant, that will those arcade games that I did earlier and the 90 points that I got in this Facilitator Milestone, I mean in the Facilitator cohort, will they be merged? The answer is yes. All of all of the points that you did, all of the contribution that you did from January till December will be merged, and you will be able to redeem those points and claim your arcade swags. Now in this particular cohort, there is something new in this price counter as well, that all of these swag tiers follow the waterfall model, and now there is a very limited spots. Now since there is a limited spots, very few, I mean not very few, but only the few people, only the people who have been earning and who are staying consistent and who achieve the milestone first will get the swags. Now again, you might be wondering what I'm talking about. So I'll do is I'll open the arcade website. Just simply write arcade website and it will show you the, yeah. So this is the arcade website, and so basically there are less spots. Earlier it was used to be unlimited, so whoever achieves legend tier would get legend tier swags, but right now there are spots. So as you can see in the arcade legend, that everyone should apply for it and everyone should do contribute for the arcade legend, has only 2500 spots only. So imagine that uh, someone who is very active in the arcade facilitator would only achieve this, and someone who is not so active and who decide that I'll do it in the later months won't be able to achieve the arcade legend. And hence, if you want to achieve the arcade legend milestone, I'll stick to this video, and I'll share you the exact tip and tricks, and I'll share you the roadmap where if you want to achieve the arcade legend milestone, how you will do it and how you will do it faster than the rest of the people. And so yeah, each and every milestone has the spots. So imagine if you have achieved the arcade legend milestone, I mean legend swag tier, and all of the spots have been filled, so you will be automatically get the arcade champion swag tier even though you have achieved 120 points. So it's like the waterfall method. And yeah, so coming back to this, and again, swags are on the basis of facile arcade milestone nahi, swags are on the basis of swag tiers. So make sure that if you get the arcade legend and if you achieve the 120 points, you will only get the swags from which are associated to this particular swag tier. You won't be getting the swags of arcade champion or arcade ranger or arcade trooper. Again, this is a very common question. I mean, it's a common sense, but still many people ask this. All right, so moving back to our slides, and okay, so moving forward to another slide. Okay, so now before we start talking about the arcade, let's talk about something even more important, and that is communication. Because trust me, almost every problem that you will face during this program happens simply because you miss an important announcement from our groups. So let me show you how our community is organized, right? So first we have our main WhatsApp announcement channel. Now this is very, very, very important, and this would be the most important thing in the whole program, because whenever the Google announces anything important, or whenever I upload a new guide or upload a new YouTube tutorial, it will be posted here first. So after watching this video, just head over to your WhatsApp, and you should click on this uploads tab, and then you will find a channel section, and in that channel simply find out Google Cloud Arcade Facilitator VR. All right, now if you don't find, that means that you haven't joined our channel yet. So how do you join our channel is by clicking this link. I'll show you in a minute how to join. Also, we have multiple discussions group. There are 4 to be precise, and these groups are only for asking doubts. So whether you are facing any issue in the lab, or you don't understand a question, or simply confused because you missed something, so you have to ask there, either me or Rushabh or someone from my core team, or someone from the community will help you. Now if you are someone who prefers Telegram, don't worry, we also have a Telegram channel as well, and it is also associated with our discussion group. So you can also ask a doubt there, and you can also refer to that Telegram community, but I would still prefer this WhatsApp channel. And also make sure that you pin this particular channel so that it appears at the top, and also unmute it because it might get mute by default. So please unmute that and pin that so that you will never miss any important update. All right, so that is how. And also you can toggle this multiple discussion group by clicking this button, this WhatsApp group button, and then you will be able to see the discussion group. And let me show you actually how this link tree will look like, because there are multiple WhatsApp groups, right? There is one Telegram community, there is one WhatsApp channel as well. So where, how can you join those, right? So simply you just need to click on this link tree. Again, this link tree is in the group description of all the groups that you have joined. So, and also in the slides, I will also share the slides, so don't worry. And also you'll find this in the video description, so don't worry at all. And yeah, so this is something that you can, I mean, this is a link tree basically that I was talking about, and this is the main announcement channel that you should definitely join. You can also optionally join the Telegram channel, and these are the discussion groups. Simply if you click on this, it will redirect you to our channels, right? So that is how. And also you can click on this to visit our YouTube. All right, coming back to our slides. And also all the information that you will ever need, right? All the important links and everything that I will share in future and I have shared in past, everything is in this particular handbook. Now let me also share you how the handbook looks like. Okay, so this is the Arcade handbook that I will update time to time. And don't worry, in the at the end of this video, I will go through each and every section of this Arcade handbook. And yeah, so whatever I'm going to talk in this video is already right here, and all the steps and everything is mentioned here. And trust me, this particular Arcade handbook is not so easy to make. I spent around 3 whole days to prepare this particular Arcade handbook. All right, so yeah, so please make sure to bookmark this particular URL, all right? Because whenever you will ask me a question in the discussion group or anywhere else, or if you DM me, I will tell you to open a particular resources, and that resources will be mentioned in this particular Arcade handbook. So yeah, so basically you have to bookmark this particular link, all right? All of the information I will update over here. Again, also the onboarding session and the slides will also be updated in on our Arcade handbook. So make sure you just bookmark this. Also, let's move forward. Okay, so benefits enrolling under us. All right, now you might be wondering, why should I join under a facilitator in the first place? Why not just participate in the arcade directly? And that's actually a very good question, but let me answer that. Yes, you can absolutely participate in Google Cloud Arcade without joining any facilitator, but when you join under a facilitator, you are no longer doing this journey alone. Think of it like, imagine two people are preparing for the same exam, right? Now, one studies completely alone, and the other has mentors, guidance, study materials, plus a culture of people around it, and a community who is helping them every day. Now, tell me who has the better chance of succeeding? This one, right? Exactly, that's the point. That's what this facilitator program is all about. Throughout this 2 months, you'll get a hands-on experience in Google Cloud. I'm sure most of you have already experienced it through real labs and games, and you will also earn official Google Cloud skill badges, something that I'll talk in future. But Google Cloud skill badges look like this, and you can proudly showcase on your LinkedIn profile, and even your resume. We'll organize different community activities, project sessions, and share learning resources that go beyond this official program. And of course, you'll have a community where you can ask doubts instead of getting stuck for hours, right? But let's be honest, I know many of you are waiting for one thing, and that is Google Cloud swags. Am I right? Now, don't worry, we'll talk about that too. All right, all right. So, drum rolls. Finally, let's talk about swags, because I know that you want swags, right? And every single cohort, this is the most asked question. Vedant, bhai, what swags do we get? in future. So let me actually show you by giving you examples of the previous arcade programs. Now remember, this all are the previous cohort rewards. Now Google may change and Google will change few of the swag items in every season. So don't expect these similar, don't expect the same products, but this should give you an idea of Google usually offers. So for instance, this one was the arcade legend tier swags. So you can expect similar quantity or even better quantity of swags than this. So yeah, and yes, depending on your arcade points, you can unlock different swag tiers, and some of those tiers will unlock you t-shirts, backpacks, hoodies, bottles, gadgets, and more Google Cloud goodies. And trust me, when you will receive your very first Google Cloud package at your doorstep, it will feel completely different, and your parents will be more proud. That is something that I have experienced. And but do remember, I always tell to each and every person, to each and every friend, that don't join this particular program for swags, because the real reward of this particular program is the knowledge that you will gain and the experience that you'll gain. In a simple term, swags are simply the cherry on top, and it's just a perk that you achieve, not the reward. The reward is the knowledge and the experience. So yeah. And also a common myth that so few people have, that will I get only this particular backpack or will I get only a single item? No, you will get a complete hamper. You will get a complete like 5 to 6 items in a box. You will receive a box at your home. So yeah, you won't be, don't worry about it, you won't be getting a single swag, you will be getting everything. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now let's clear up one of the biggest confusion that almost every beginner has, and I think you guys are awesome, right? You guys already know this, but still, I'll explain it again. What exactly is the difference between Google Cloud Arcade and the Arcade Facilitator program? I explained it in this video also, but I'll explain it again. So at first they almost look identical, but they are actually two different things. Let me explain this in a very simplest way possible. Think of it like a Google Cloud Arcade as the main game, and let me actually open up the website also. Okay. So yes, you can also go ahead and type arcade website and you will be redirected to this particular website. All right, so this is the particular website of arcade, and there you have it. You will find arcade games data related to swag tiers. These are the swag tiers. Of course, I'll talk about this in this video. This is the arcade games. Again, this is the arcade game. This is the facilitator. You can also visit the facilitator website through this particular button, or also you can type just arcade facilitator website, and you will see the arcade facilitator website. There you have it. This is the arcade facilitator website. All right, okay, let it load. Yep. So this is the walkthrough of the arcade facilitator website, and yeah, so this is the information about the arcade facilitator. Again, the swags that you might expect. Of course, these are not the actual items. Actual items might be different. And yes, so enrollment process has been closed, so no need to see that. Also the point system, you can also refer to this point system. Again, I'll explain this. Then there's a bonus milestone. Again, I'll be back with this. Then there's the syllabus of these arcade games, like I mean arcade program, what you have to complete. So again, in the next slide I'll introduce about the arcade games and our skill badges. All right, and some FAQs also. So if you have any doubts, just head over to this FAQs. They have really managed to gather all these common questions, and they have put it in this particular sections, FAQ section. All right, so let me get back to the slides. Okay, now how do you collect arcade points? Now, as I showed you that in this syllabus there are two types of badges. Earlier it was used to, there were used to be four types of arcade badges. Now there are only two types of badges. That is arcade game badge and a cloud skill badge. Think of it like coins that you unlock. And basically, if I have to tell you that in your only goal in this particular program is to have maximum number of arcade badges on your cloud skills profile, and those badges will have arcade points associated with it, and then those arcade points will get redeemed, right? But yeah, so your goal should be to collect as many arcade badges as possible, so that you can achieve the 120 point mark. All right, so Vedant, how do I identify what is arcade game badges and what are skill badges, right? So let me bring to the next slide. So the badges that looks like this are the arcade games, all right, and the badges that look like this are the skill badges. Now skill badges are something that will remain permanent even after this program, and you can complete it whenever you have time. But arcade games on the other hand have limited time and limited seats as well, because this arcade games have validity, and it will end probably in this this all are the arcade games of July, and this will end when the July ends, basically 30th or 31st of July. So every month they will release 6 new arcade games that you can complete to earn arcade points. Again, this all of these arcade games will consist of 8 labs. Now it's not necessary that every arcade game has 8 labs, but for now all of these arcade games have 8 labs. All right, some arcade games in future might also contain 12 labs. That is completely depends on the Google. All right, and in the skill badges are it can vary the number of it has like four, it can consist of 4 labs also, or some of these hard skill badges also contain 12 to 14 labs also. So it depends on the skill badges and the skill badge difficulty level. And yeah, you can also share this particular skill badge on your resume and on your social media as well. Now every skill badge or every arcade games has this particular labs, right? And all of those labs you have to complete in a set of given time, and you already have completed a lab when you redeem your 750 credits. So it would be just like that, but a little bit difficult, and it will contain various of it will contain many fields. For example, cloud, it might contain cyber security or AIML or app development, many things, right? So that is the main agenda, that you will be learning various new technologies here. All right, so now comes the most exciting part, and the something that is very important that you all should remember. This is the facilitator milestone. This milestone is something that you have to complete within 2 months, that is 14th of September. You have to complete this ultimate milestone before 14th of September, plus also the bonus milestone. Now I'll talk about this. Every milestone tells you exactly how many arcade games and skill badges you need to complete. For example, if you want to reach, if you reach the milestone one, like few people of our community have already got the milestone one, because they have simply completed all of the arcade games in July, plus they have also completed 18 skill badges. So they will receive 5 bonus points for sure. Now if they also do 2 additional arcade games and 34 skill badges in total, they will receive 15 bonus point, and I'm sure that they will reach ultimate milestone. So again, for milestone 3 the requirements are 10 arcade games and 50 skill badges, and so the total points you will have is 35, but since you are enrolled in the facilitator, you will also receive 25 bonus points, and that makes the total of 60. And in the ultimate milestone, which you should definitely achieve, and it is very very easy, and actually you have to go beyond this milestone, and the requirement is complete 12, that's a typing mistake, any 12 arcade games plus 66 skill badges. Again, it should be any skill badges, because the total skill badges is like 85 plus, and you will get 45 arcade points, but since you are enrolled under us, you will get the bonus points, and in total it will give you total 80 arcade points. Now Vedant, you told me that in order to achieve the legend tier we need 120 points, right? So how do we achieve 120 points? Here you told us that we would only get 80 points. Yeah, sure. Just stick to these videos, and I'll share you the how you can actually achieve more than 100 points in this specific facilitator cohort, right? And also there's a bonus milestone. Now the requirements of the bonus milestone, you can I'll share it in the WhatsApp group, but you can also go ahead and visit the Arcade Facilitator website, and in that section go to the bonus milestone section, or you can simply click on this, and you will find all the requirements to this bonus milestone. Basically you have to complete 4 special kinds of arcade skill badges. Once you complete those arcade skill badges, that 4 specific skill badges, you have to create a Google Cloud account of your personal Google Cloud account, and after creating that Google Cloud account, you will also have the free credits. You will also receive free credits, and then you have to create your AI agent that you have learned from that 4 arcade skill badges. Now don't worry, I will also share you how to do that in a simplest manner, but in short, by completing this bonus milestone and by completing this requirement of the bonus milestone, you will get 10 bonus point additional on top of any milestone that you achieve. Even if you achieve milestone 1, which I definitely don't recommend at all, but if you wish that I only wanted to achieve milestone 1, but if you still do bonus milestone, 10 bonus points will be added, and that will make the total points to 30. But definitely we have to complete more arcade games and more skill badges in order to achieve the legend, and trust me, it is doable, and many people will achieve the legend for sure. And you will receive the points for the milestone that you earn and not for the ones before that. Now this is something that many people ask at the end, that hey, Vedant, I achieved the ultimate milestone. Now will I get 35 bonus points only, or will I get 35, 25, 15, or 5? No, that's not that. You will only receive 35 bonus point. If you got the milestone 2, you will only receive 15 bonus point and not additional 5. All right. All right, so let's move forward. Now, many of you ask me, okay, Vedant, you showed me that there are multiple swags, that you also showed us the examples of multiple swags, but what are the swag tiers? I want to know the previous cohorts arcade swag tiers. So, yeah, so this is the 2024 arcade cohort swag tiers, and this one is the last year's cohort swag tiers. So yeah, so in last year this was given to the students, and don't worry, this cohort they will also reintroduce this type of hoodies. So that's just a sneak peek from my end, that you will receive a Google Cloud hoodie for sure, and also a backpack as the tradition continues. Okay, let's move forward. Now, navigating through various resources, I know like there are lots and lots of links, and so what I did was I have arranged it in a table format, and again, this all the links are mentioned in our arcade handbook. Again, just wanted to make sure that we are on the same page, and if you ever need anything, any link or any reference or any content or anything at all, you will get it in the arcade handbook. So I already showed you the arcade facilitator website, arcade website. Again, the onboarding session, that is this video, will be updated here. Daily progress report, that is something that I am going to share in the upcoming slides. Arcade handbook, again, I will walk through the arcade handbook at the end of this video. How to earn arcade points and earning skill badges, again, I'll walk through at the end of the video. But if you ever need links to this, it's mentioned in the arcade handbook. Okay. Okay, Vedant, how do I track and validate my progress? Now, you might be wondering that I am doing Google Cloud skill values and Google Cloud arcade games, but I'm not sure, Vedant, that Google recognizes my efforts, or just simply put that I don't know that whether I would get the bonus points or not. So for that, there is a daily progress report that I will share each and every day, and I will update each and every day. Now, the link to that daily report is this, and this is something that I manage, and all of the data that you see in this particular daily report will be validated officially by Google Cloud itself. All right. So, so let me open this particular URL on the new tab, and yeah. So this is the daily report. Again, it is of the date 22nd of July, and do mind that this particular daily report is has the data of 24 hours old, so it might have older data, but again, that this is all validated from the Google Cloud itself. So if you see that you have achieved milestone 1, that means you will definitely get the rewards of that particular milestone. All right, so let me actually tell you about this daily report, because still many of you are still confused on how to look for this daily report. So this is obviously the list of the names of the folks that are enrolled under us, and this is the Google Skills profile URL status. Now all good means that you have entered the correct URL at the time of registration, but if it says wrong, for example, Jenica Prajapati, someone from and someone enrolled under us has actually entered the wrong Google Skills profile URL, and right next to it there is some also a dude named Pratham Ahuja who has entered the wrong Google Developer profile URL. Now don't worry at all. Now you might have made the mistake and you might have not watched our video properly, but don't worry. What you can do is, I have already emailed you all of them. I have already emailed all of the people who are marked with red color, and there is an updation form where you will be able to update your correct profile URL and basically resume your progress, right? So yes, so that updation form will be available for a few days only. So if you think that you haven't received that updation form URL, just tell me, just reach out to me, or just send me a WhatsApp DM to tell me that, understand me that, hey, I have entered the wrong Google Skills URL, please give me the updation form and I'll share you that link. All right. Now this section, this column particularly tells that whether you have redeemed your credit or not, that are 750 credits. Now see, there are many people who have redeemed the credits, but as you can see, there are also few people who haven't yet uh, redeemed the 750 credits, and hence I advise you all to please redeem your 750 credits. If you feel like if you are stuck in somewhere, or if you think that you are facing any trouble, I already made a video on how to claim your 750 credits. Again, it will be, the thumbnail of the YouTube video will be shared here, but yeah. And also, if you are facing doubt, you can always reach out to me in the discussion group. And this particular column tells that whether you have achieved the Arcade Facilitator milestones or not. So shout out to Manav Sharma, Jatin Chavda, and this one Pratham and Alisha. They have already achieved the milestone one before even I shared the onboarding session URL. Congratulations, guys! They probably don't need any advice. They are already masters. Again, this particular section tells that whether you have earned the bonus milestone or not. Bonus milestone, again, all the information related to this bonus milestone, I'll share it. Don't worry. So almost every people have no written on it. Also, gear badges earned. Now, I told you earlier that there are two gear badges that you should earn in your Google developer profile URL, and they are Gemini Enterprise Agent Ready badge that almost everyone have achieved. But there is also another badge, Arcade Gear badge, and again I will share a YouTube video in the community and I will guide you all to how to achieve this both badges. And don't worry, if it's not in your if it's not in your Google developer profile URL right now, you can collect it anytime within this 2 month. So but yeah, you should, before you forget about that, you should always get this particular badge. So for example, if you see Jatin Chavda, again top performer but haven't achieved that Arcade Gear badge. So Jatin, if you are watching, please make sure to search or wait for my video where I will share you the Arcade Gear badge, how to achieve that. Again, Manav Sharma has already achieved 66 skill badges and 6 arcade games. That means that he has already accomplished that ultimate milestone target. But I don't think Manav Sharma will stop here, because if you are smart, you will definitely earn more than this, because you have to aim for the highest possible swag tier, right? So yeah. And again, just wanted to tell this again, that if your name is marked red, for example, yeah, so there are multiple people whose names are marked red. That means that you have either entered the wrong Google Skills profile URL or wrong Google Developer profile URL. All you need to do is check your mails. I have shared you an email where you need to update your correct URL, right? And also, if you think that you didn't receive your mail, you can definitely reach out to me on WhatsApp. And again, these are the few people who have wrong Google Skills and wrong Google Developer profile URL. All right. Yes. So moving forward to, okay. All right. So you can definitely click on this particular link to view the daily report. But also, you will also receive official mails from Google Arcade, and you will receive four types of emails, that is incorrect or missing Google Skill Boost profile URL. Now this is something that Google will also mail you, and I will also personally mail you. Now again, incorrect or missing Google developer profile URL, and then there's a Google Skill Boost credits not redeemed. Now there are many users that have not redeemed the 750 credits. So yeah, they will also get the emails from, and also you will also receive mail every Tuesday and Friday where Google will tell you what is your update on the facilitator milestones. So remember, I showed you the facilitator milestone. Let me show you once again. Yeah. So Google will mail you every Tuesday and Friday and will tell you the update, like how many percentage you have completed this ultimate milestone or milestone 3 or milestone 2, what is your update, and it will mention your correct target points as well. Okay. Okay. So roadmap to arcade legend tier and achieving 120 arcade points. So To say it out loud, you just need to spend 1 to 2 hours every day, right? And dedicatedly, if you tell me that you have to spend at least 8 to, yeah, definitely 6 to 12 hours in a week. If you don't do it, then you will have to work really hard, right? And you might also lose chance because sometimes these arcade games have limited time. So my recommendation to reach the arcade legend tier is that you, in July, you should do all the 6 arcade games and 45 skill badges. In August, do 6 arcade games and do additional 40 skill badges plus on the bonus milestone. And in September, that is till 14th of September, do 6 arcade games and the skill badges if they are left. In short, from today onwards to September 14th, you have to do each and every skill badges that is in the arcade skills. I mean Google skills. So let me actually explain this further by clicking on this link. It is basically our arcade handbook where I have showed you. I have explained this in much detail. Yeah. Okay, so this is the arcade handbook. Again, the link is pinned in all of the WhatsApp group, so no need to worry. Again, I will explain this. What I am looking for is the roadmap. Yeah, roadmap to achieve the arcade legend tier swags 120 points. So as I said earlier, that you need to do 6 arcade games, 45 plus skill badges in July. In August, 6 arcade games and 40 plus skill badges plus bonus milestone. And in September, 6 arcade games and skill badges if there are any left. Now, now why I'm telling this, right? So let me share you the math that I calculated on my own. You can also calculate it on your own, but again, I have spent few hours to do this. So yeah. So basically, from the in Arcade Facilitator, that is from July 13th to 14th of September, you will have 18 arcade games. That is in July, in August, and in September, and you will receive 18 arcade points. Simple. Now, each arcade game, you can there would be 8 labs in arcade games, so you can you can do 6 arcade games in just 4 days. All right, so it's like 12 days of effort to give you 18 points very easily. Again, 86 skill badges. 86, you have to complete in total 86 plus skill badges, which will give you 43 plus arcade points, because 2 skill badges equals to 1 arcade point. Remember that. Also, you will be completing bonus milestone in August, which will have 4 skill badge, because it requires to complete 4 additional skill badge, which will give you which will give you 2 points. But also, after after creating your API, you will also get the 10 bonus milestone once you complete all the requirements for this milestone. And then there's a ultimate arcade facilitator bonus point, and you will receive 35 arcade points. Why? Because you have already completed the requirement of the ultimate arcade facilitator, that is 12 arcade games and 66 skill badges. You already surpassed that, and you will also get the bonus points from that. So in total, from 13th July to 14th of September, you will get 108 arcade points. 108 plus 108 arcade points, and that is a lot of arcade points. Trust me, people people who are not part of this arcade facilitator program, they will have to do efforts for nearly 6 to 8 months in order to achieve the 108. So okay, so this is the arcade handbook. Again, the link is pinned in all of the WhatsApp group, so no need to worry. Again, I will explain this. What I am looking for is the roadmap. Yeah, roadmap to achieve the arcade legend tier swags 120 points. So as I said earlier, that you need to do 6 arcade games, 45 plus skill badges in July. In August, 6 arcade games and 40 plus skill badges plus bonus milestone. And in September, 6 arcade games and skill badges if there are any left. Now, now why I'm telling this, right? So let me share you the math that I calculated on my own. You can also calculate it on your own, but again, I have spent few hours to do this. So yeah. So basically, from the in Arcade Facilitator, that is from July 13th to 14th of September, you will have 18 arcade games. That is in July, in August, and in September, and you will receive 18 arcade points. Simple. Now, each arcade game, you can there would be 8 labs in arcade games, so you can do 6 arcade games in just 4 days. All right, so it's like 12 days of effort to give you 18 points very easily. Again, 86 skill badges. 86, you have to complete in total 86 plus skill badges, which will give you 43 plus arcade points, because 2 skill badges equals to 1 arcade point, remember that. Also, you will be completing bonus milestone in August, which will have 4 skill badge, because it requires to complete 4 additional skill badge, which will give you which will give you 2 points. But also, after after creating your API, you will also get the 10 bonus milestone once you complete all the requirements for this milestone. And then there's a ultimate arcade facilitator bonus point, and you will receive 35 arcade points. Why? Because you have already completed the requirement of the ultimate arcade facilitator, that is 12 arcade games and 66 skill badges. You already surpassed that, and you will also get the bonus point from that. So in total, from 13th July to 14th of September, you will get 108 arcade points. 108 plus 108 arcade points, and that is a lot of arcade points. Trust me, people people who are not part of this arcade facilitator program, they will have to do efforts for nearly 6 to 8 months in order to achieve the 108. Okay, so you got 108 arcade points. Now you still need 12 additional points, right, to gain the arcade legend tier swag. Arcade legend tier swag tier. So how do you get those? Remember, I told you that arcade program will end on December. That means that you will still be able to earn additional arcade points in October, in November, and in December. So in October, Google will introduce new 6 games, and in November also it will introduce 6 new games, and you just need to complete it. And remember, I told you that arcade games are very easy to do, and you can achieve that by doing in just 4 days. So yes, you will get additional 12 points by 4th of November. All right, and that is how you get 120 points by 4th of November. And that is how you achieve the arcade legend tier swags, which are best of the best. But there will be a question in your mind, that if there are additional 3 months for us to achieve the arcade points, why are we rushing in this particular 2 months? Why do I spend a lot of time and effort in this particular 2 month? Why can't I just achieve 80 arcade points in this arcade facilitator program, and then I will gradually yeah, increase my arcade points by collecting them in October, November, and December? Now I get it. There are many people who will have questioned this at the end, but let me tell you, and let me tell you why you shouldn't do this, especially in this cohort. Because you have to do a smart work. Because since in arcade, like, this is the swag tiers, this is the swag tier, right? So there are 2500 spots remaining. Now you have to complete this as soon as possible, right? And in general, in a particular month, you can without arcade facilitator program, you maximum point you can achieve is around 8 to 12 points, not more than that. All right. And also Google only introduces 6 arcade games. So, but let's say Google also introduce any special type of game which will contain 2 arcade points, then also you cannot achieve more than 10 to 12 points in a particular month. Only in arcade facilitator you will have a chance to achieve around 108 arcade points. Clear? This is the major benefit in this arcade facilitator, and that is why many folks who have been doing arcade since really long time, they are waiting for this arcade facilitator program to come, because they don't want advices or guidance from the facilitator. They simply know that there is a possibility where you can gain the rewards of the efforts that they have to do for 6 to 8 months, and they can easily get those arcade points, those 8 to 12 months of arcade points in just 2 months. And also, since there are spots system in this particular cohort, you will have to achieve the arcade points as soon as possible, and you have to achieve that particular swag tier as soon as possible, because once the swag tier has been filled, even if you do arcade legend tier, let's say in the month of December, you won't be getting the legend tier if the spots are full. So collecting arcade points as soon as possible will only help in order to achieve the arcade legend, because if you don't, someone else will. And that is why you should follow the smart work. You should do smart work. That is, you will have 2 options, right? To do arcade program for the next 5 months, or just complete the most of the arcade program in just 2 months, and then just wait for the 6 arcade games that you can do in 4 days. So basically what I'm telling you is to invest your lot of time in this particular 2 months, that is before September 14th to, I mean, July 13th to September 14th. Invest almost majority of your time in this arcade program and complete this recommendation that I told you. Again, it's not gonna be easy, but there, after 14th of September, you are completely free to do any other task. You might have internship, you might be doing job, you might be studying at somewhere at some college, you might have exam. So you will have time to focus on other things. Now after September 14th, you only need to worry about the October games that will release in October. And again, in just 4 days you can complete those 6 games. Then again, you are free in whole October. Then in November they will introduce 6 games. Again, you just need to spend 4 days, and then you are completely free in whole November and December. And you will have additional time to invest in other skills also. So if you tell me that if I want to achieve, if me personally, if I am doing this arcade program, then I would prefer this particular recommendation from my side. And even if you think that, hey Vedant, I joined this particular, I want to achieve the best swag that are legend tier swags, and also I want to prioritize my learning, then also I would recommend you this, because in the 2 month you will gain the majority of your arcade points. So so you have already achieved the champion tier swags, right? That is also the good swags. They also receive good swags in the champion tier. But then again, after September 14th, you will have a lot of time to again go back to the all the skill badges that you have did. So that is the recommendation from my side. Again, I have written a small note. I'll just simply read it out. You may think, since we have additional 3 months to gain arcade points, why should I rush in this arcade facilitator point program? Because this time the arcade swags will be awarded in the first come first serve basis, and since the program is running from January, there is a lot of competition naturally, and hence it is recommended to gain the arcade points as soon as possible. All right, I think we are cool with this. And yes, you also need to do bonus milestone also. So let me just tell you. So if you, this is the Arcade Facilitator website, and if you click on this particular button that says bonus, you need to read all of this, and you need to create the AI agent at the end of the before the end of this 14th of September, and you will need to submit a verification form. Again, the verification form are now open, and you can claim your submission verification if you have done already. So all you need to do is be an active enrolled user. If your name is in the daily progress report, you can go ahead. And criteria 2, you already signed up for this gear program. You have already achieved 2 gear badges, right? So that is the criteria 2 that you already have completed. This criteria 3, again the gear badge. Again, this is something that most of the people have not yet achieved, but I will soon create a video about this. It will, again, they just told that you simply go to this URL and wait for 10 to 15 seconds. And the criteria 4 is this. Now this is the requirement for the bonus milestone that you need to do, is to complete gear skill badges. Now there are 4 skill badges. You have to do this skill badges. Again, you will be learning about artificial intelligence, and this is something that you can also share it in your resume. So this is the good stuff. Then you need to sign up for the Google Cloud free tier. Again, once you do that, Google will automatically give you 300 worth of Google Cloud credits for 90 days. Now this is something that you might face error, so don't worry. Many YouTubers have already created the video on how to sign up for Google Cloud free trial. It's just like Netflix. You are signing up for the first time. It's just like that. But don't worry, I'll also give you the steps on how to do it. Now after doing that, you need to create your you need to build your first AI agent from scratch. And again, all of the information is shared in this particular instruction, and again, I'll update you, and I'll also create a new video if you want. And yeah, you just need to submit your project ID and a billing account ID, and whatever you did to create your first AI agent in this particular form, that is the verification form. Now once you fill out this form, Google will go through your AI agent, and it will test it from there and whether you have built it or not. And once the Google will validate that you have successfully created that AI agent, it will automatically give you 10 arcade points. Okay, simple. Going back to our slides. Okay, so move forward. Again, there are 2 types of users. Again, I respect both of them. I don't mind any one of them. The very first one is the swag collector, and they are someone like almost 90% of the arcade program audience consist of they are someone who are just here for swags. And I was also one of the people 3 years ago where I was just focusing on the swags, and it's okay, it's completely okay. And in this particular cohort, I would definitely recommend you to become a swag collector, because there is a spot system. And and as I told earlier, that you should focus on creating or gaining Google arcade points, right? On collecting arcade points first, and then you will have 3 to 4 months of time to gain the skills. You can always redo all the skill badges that you have already done. Also, you will, if you want, if you are running out of credits, then Google also shares you the credits also in the mail in every month. So that is there. So majority of people lies under this particular section, and it's okay. You can use multiple IDs, but just give you a warning that it is not recommended from Google side. But if you want, many people do this. Some of them might get banned because they use the same address and same name. But yeah, if your ID gets banned, it's up to you. But many people use this type of thing. And you can complete all of the labs using the short tricks on YouTube. Again, you can do this, it's not recommended by Google, but again, if you are running out of time, and since there are less spots, you should do it. Also, I'm not recommending it openly, but like, given the situation of the spots, the best thing to do is to complete the arcade games and skill badges as soon as possible, and then where you have time, just go ahead and read the lab instruction later, and I'm sure that you will do it. And the completion priority would be to complete the arcade games as soon as possible, and then do all the skill badges. But skill badges are important. And calculating and planning every move. So if you are smart, then you will calculate and plan every day, and collecting the maximum market points is the main priority. And then there are some users who want skills plus swag. Now again, in this particular cohort, I would definitely tell you to gain the skill, I mean to gain the arcade points as soon as possible, because again, there are spots are limited. But if you are someone who has nothing to do with swags, like you don't need swags at all, you are just here for skills, then your completion priority would be skill badges and using the official documentation provided by Google. Because trust me, if you do, there are 86 plus skill badges. Now, as I told you now, that you will be free almost in October, November, December, and trust me, if you do redo all of these skill badges again, you will be master in Google Cloud, and you will get high salary job just by completing all of these skill badges. And that is my promise. So yeah, and collecting swags is not the first priority. And yeah, if if I conduct any facilitators live project session, then that should be your priority as well. I'm planning to create a project session where I will show, where I will tell you, and where I will create a live project that can be used in industries as well. So I'm planning to do that, so you might join that also. Okay, so recap, let's do a recap. So what we discussed, what are we going to do, benefits, difference between arcade and arcade facilitators, how to collect arcade points, again facilitator milestone and arcade journey, and best practices. Okay, so why don't I do the recap by going through this arcade handbook. Okay, so this is the arcade handbook. As I told earlier, this will be pinned in all of the WhatsApp groups, and you just need to bookmark this particular arcade handbook, because it will contain all the information you will ever need. Also, uh, all the information that I shared in this particular video is already written in this arcade handbook. So this is where all the important links will be mentioned, and I will keep on updating this. All right, now you already know. Also, one more thing that I wanted to share is that many people tell me that, hey Vedant, can you please give me the arcade games, where is the link to the arcade games? So simply, you just need to, for completing any arcade points, you just need to head over this and click on this link, and it will open up this particular tab. And if you want to earn skill badges, now again, I have created very good resources, and probably you won't find this type of material in any facilitator. You will never find. So this is, again, just click on this, and it will open in the new tab. And let me share you. So this is the PDF which says how to earn the arcade points. Now all the links are shared. Now these are the arcade games that are currently live. All the access code, the end date, everything is mentioned. So if you are watching this and if you haven't completed the arcade games, what are you waiting for, dude? Just complete it right away. it just takes 4 days to complete the arcade games. And even after the lab limit, you can also do skill badges, because skill badges doesn't have any lab limit. And yes, if you want to do arcade skill badges, this is the all-in-one PDF that I have. Oh, that is also mentioned here, all-in-one skill badges. Now let me open that as well and show you what the skill badges, how do you earn the skill badges. Okay, so again, as I have mentioned that you should aim for 40 plus skill badges in this particular month, and I will keep on updating. You can also pin this particular link if you want, because this link will stay forever. And yeah, so there are also pre-assessment skill badges. Like I have created, there are video guides also. There are some skill badges, I think there are 20 plus pre-assessment skill badges, where you can just do a single lab and it will automatically get the green ticks in all the other labs. So so imagine like there are 6 lab in a particular skill badge, but if you do a challenge lab, and that is only one lab, you will automatically get the green tick in all the rest of the labs. So yeah, you should definitely achieve the pre-assessment skill badges first. Why? Because it saves a lot of time and it's just a one or two labs skill badges, right? And then there are normal skill badges. Normal skill badges are something that are normal and they are not pre-assessment. That means that you have to do all the labs, and I have multiple documents. For example, that if you need skill badges sorted by lab count, then this is the document. If you need skill badges with solutions, then this is the document. And yeah, and just important notes and tips here and there. And this is again the points and bonus milestone that I shared earlier. And one important tip that I wanted to give you is always do the skill badge, always do the challenge lab, that is the last lab of any skill badges first. Like for example, if you click on any skill badge, right, you have to scroll down and select the, and you have to choose the last lab, which would be the challenge lab, and you have to complete that first. Because in some cases, when you do that and when you complete that challenge lab, some labs might automatically get the green tick, which will save you a lot of time and effort. So it's just a tip from my end. So again, you will get this link in the arcade handbook. I'm coming back to the arcade handbook. Now this is the registration process, which is ended. Again, this is something new in this cohort. Now many people have redeemed the 750 credit, but if you are someone who is still facing the issue, this is the YouTube link. Okay, now how to earn the arcade point. Again, the, this is the PDF that I showed earlier, and this is the all-in-one PDF for skill badges that I showed earlier. And these are the links to the skill badges that are very fast to do, like very fast to do. So this is the skill badges that are handpicked by me. And yeah, some badges offers a pre-assessment, it's just written there. Please read it. Everything is shared here. Now milestone and rewards, as you know that all of the arcade game badges equals to 1 point, and two skill badges equals to 1 point. And this is the facilitator milestone, which is only be valid till 14th of September. And this is the swag tier, arcade swag tier. Now this will be valid till the arcade program lies, and that is December. So by the end of this December, you need to complete this legend tier. And this is just the reference from the last previous cohort. And again, there are some rules and regulations that I have mentioned. You can just read it out, but this is something that you should be doing, and you should know that there is a limit of 15 labs in 24 hours. But then again, 15 labs is just for the arcade games. For skill badges, which will cost you credits, won't be having any lab limit. So you can do multiple skill badges in a single day. And many people in our program aims to achieve 6 to 12 skill badges in a single day. So yeah, you can also follow that and achieve the skill badge and achieve the arcade points as soon as possible. And yes, 750 credits. And if you are someone who have wasted a lot of credits, and if you need few credits, now I will also share opportunities where I will give you additional 350 or 450 credits. Now it is not given to me directly, but Google sometimes has this particular opportunity, and it tells few people that hey, if you want, you can have this particular credits. So yeah, if you need, in general, if you need additional credits, I will share the opportunity in the WhatsApp group, don't worry. And yeah, this is just tips and tricks from my side. You just need to do it. Also, many people have asked me that what are the, I mean, let me arrange it myself. And so many people have asked me, Vedant, please guide us and how to do the labs effectively, and just give us the overall tips. So I have written this, that open your lab documentation in a normal browser tab. So for example, if you want to do this particular arcade game, right? So all you need to do is copy this access code, click on the start button, or you can also get this access code and everything from the how to earn arcade point, and just sign in and give this access code in this dialog box. It will give you. Okay, finally. So all you have to do is join this particular. Now it will ask you the access code, and you have to enter this access code from my PDF, or you can also copy it from here. Copy this, click on this, click on join button. Now remember, I'm not in my incognito tab, and that is exactly what you should do. So as you can see, this labs are required, marked as required. That means that this is something that you should definitely do. But as you can see, this thing, this is the skill badge which is not required, but I would definitely recommend you to do it. So yeah, and also this. So if you can see that there are 4 and 4, so 8 required labs and 2 additional skill badges, and there is actually this thing. Now you don't need to do this, right? You don't need to do this. Please do not do this. It will just waste your time. But again, if you click on any of the lab, right? Now, yeah. So when you click on start button, right, it will give you a temporary credentials to the cloud console. Now remember that you need to open this particular lab console, I mean this particular documentation in the normal browser. And when you open the cloud console, you need to open it on the incognito tab only, because in every lab you will have each and every new temporary credentials, and by mistake if you open it in the normal tab, Google will automatically save that login info, and it might happen that you are doing another lab, and you are logged in into the another lab's lab console. So you might not get the check my progress button, or you might not get the green tick on this lab even if you do everything. And also if you think that I'm not understanding by this, and if you think that I don't want to spend time, I just wanted to complete this particular just complete this particular lab, what you can do is copy this and paste it in the YouTube, and you can find short solutions if you want. So yes, okay, where was I? Yes, here. Also, ensure that you see a green tick after completion of your lab. Now after you click on end lab, you should definitely go back to the section where there are all the list of the labs, and just click on just hit the refresh button, and you will see the green tick. If you don't see the green tick, just refresh it 2-3 times, and if you still don't see the green tick, that means you haven't completed the lab in the first place, or you might have missed any particular step. And also after doing all the required labs in any game, you need to make sure that that particular game, that particular badge, whether it be a arcade game or a skill badge, it should definitely appear in your cloud skills profile URL. If it is not appearing in cloud skills URL, you need to do something. You might be leaving any required lab, or you might have done something that you shouldn't do. But overall, in general, your arcade game badge or arcade skill badge should appear on your cloud skill boost, I mean cloud skills URL, because that is how YouTube, I mean that is how Google will scrape your data, and it will count that particular badge as a point. So yeah, okay, I have already explained you about this 120 point thing. Again, just go ahead and read this. There are many things that are written over here. Again, arcade and arcade facilitator program explained in a simple words. Now, as I told you, the arcade program currently we have only one season, that is from January to December. Every month they release 6 games. I have written everything. You can just go through it. What are my benefits? Again, I have shared you. Frequently asked question: who is eligible? Anyone can eligible. Anyone are eligible. Everyone are eligible. Just make sure that you are 18 plus or above. Definitely you are 18 plus or above. Otherwise, you won't be receiving strikes or anything. Okay. Now, is there any cost or fee for this program? Again, I have told you multiple times, but just to say it out loud, it's absolutely free. you won't be even you not even the delivery partner, which is third party, will ask you for any delivery charges. And yes, if you need more, if you want to know more FAQs, these are the links. You can go through it. Official program links. If you can always type it here, like Arcade website, and it will come up, and Arcade Facilitator. So it's pretty simple. Also, you can check out the syllabus, milestone, and the point system if you want. And yeah, cool slides are waiting for you. And then again, I conclude this particular onboarding session. And if you can always connect to me on LinkedIn or Insta, Twitter, or GitHub, anywhere if you want. You can also connect with Rushabh Sindhav. He's also a nice person. You can also connect him on LinkedIn, Insta, and Twitter. Okay, so that was it. That was my time, and I hope that you have gained some new knowledge, and I hope that you all achieve the legend tier. And yeah, just if you need any help and if you need anything, you can always reach out to us in the discussion group. And if you want to stay connected, you can follow this QR code. Again, thank you. And just find out all the information in the video description down below, and just pin the arcade facilitator arcade handbook VR, and also check out the daily announcement in the WhatsApp channel. That is it. Okay, bye bye.